NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico in Barry.
What's up? What's up? What's up? If you're just joining us, it's 4-3 Detroit with 3 minutes left to go in the third. Thanks for popping in. This episode of NHL Nightly is sponsored by Fans First Sports Network. Check out Fans First Sports Network. And all our shows will be uploaded on Spotify via their fan page. Check out NHL Nightly. So that is what's new. No Rico, no Pearlo. Life comes at you fast. Just like the Capitals and their championship dreams, they're over. They got drummed by the Ottawa Senators tonight. Bad game. Empty net, 1:55 left to go. Pittsburgh, Detroit. I'll give you a little play-by-play action until we get some people in. We're going to chat about the day and see where we're going in the NHL. Andrew Kopp had a chance to put this game away with the second consecutive shootout. Look, and he's going to do it with an empty net, and that will make it 5-3 with less than a minute to go. Detroit, I don't see any squids on, but boy, Detroit looks really good to me this year. It's time for them to be back in the mix. And Pittsburgh, they're going to beat the teams they're supposed to beat. I think they'll be in the mix for a playoff spot. We'll see how it goes. I will tell you, as a Washington Capitals aficionado, we're going to have to take some of this Caps memorabilia down and liven it up with other NHL team stuff. That's going to happen because we got Kraken stuff. We got all kinds of stuff. I didn't put any jerseys up just because, I don't have an Ottawa Senators jersey, and I unfortunately don't have a Red Wings jersey, so I got to make that happen. But minute 32. They're reviewing it. Oh, they're reviewing it again. No, he's onside. But why NHL? Why? Get rid of the review. He's clearly on. The puck's over before the linesman can't even watch the line because he has to move out of the way because of where he's at. So we're going to review an onside of an empty net goal that I'm not saying it's not consequential in this game. In the Toronto game the other day, we had 3 reviews in the final minute. Oh, come on, guys, let's get rid of this. So we just can't have it. So I may have to change the scoreboard here, but we'll see. Clearly the puck is over. That's not the angle you want to look at. I don't know how you don't call it a goal. But we're going to spend 45 minutes to review this goal. So, oh my God. Tonight in the Capitals Ottawa game, there was a very long review. Just to remind everybody, we're coming to you live via Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Yeah. So I'm a little out of it today, guys. I don't know what's going on here. All right, man. Capitals retweeted my thing. Let's go, buddy. Let's see if we're getting anybody from the Twitter. Everybody, we're coming to you live via Twitch, Twitter, and okay. YouTube. Yeah. So today, guys. Can I mute this? I don't know. Can I mute it? Can I mute it? Okay, Pearlo had some props today. He had, not sure we'll get a Chychrun point, but NHL Ottawa prop, Chychrun plus 100 for 0.5 points. I don't know if he hit that. Kachuk, 3.5 shots, and Stützle, 1.5 points, plus 155. Wow, we're still reviewing this. This is going to take 10 minutes to review. Again, right now the score is 3-5 Red Wings in favor. We'll see what happens. Oh, Big Dash. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, 4 nights a week now, Big Dash. I'll be doing, they called it a goal. We spent 5 minutes to call an empty net goal a goal. And it's just like, if it takes more than 30 seconds to review, it should not. This is not the game of hockey. Stop with it. Yeah, Big Dash, 4 nights a week through the hockey season. We're going to be doing NHL stuff. I am done with the NFL. The most unwatchable sport in the history of sports in the U.S. right now. I'd rather watch a baseball game, honestly. Dude, I was watching the WNBA. Where are we at with that one? Anybody know what the score is in that game? I got to check that out. So, hey, guys, we're going to take calls because we didn't have a lot going on, and I don't have my co-hosts, Pearlo and Rico. Rico's got his parents in town, and I always appreciate him staying with us, man. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So, Big Dash, I just, the NFL, like, they call stuff that's not roughing the passer, and they call, Detroit challenged that. My bad. I thought that was a league review. So, or excuse me, not Detroit. The Pittsburgh Penguins challenged that. So that caused them to get a penalty, and now it's going to be 6-3. So, and honestly, this game wasn't close except for a couple of things late here from Pittsburgh. So we'll call that. I was a little interested in the WNBA finals. We'll call this final. I'm updating the scoreboard for everybody. When you are producer host, you got to do it all. Get that up. Only 2 games tonight. Tomorrow we have like 50. Yeah, I just, I really appreciate you, Big Dash. Hope you're settling well in Arizona. Check out Big Dash Knows for anybody watching. Big Dash is one of the preeminent New York Giants podcasters. There's 50 million of them out there, but Big Dash is one of the good ones, man. And he's one of the most even keel guys. I love listening to him, and I like watching his stuff when I get a chance. So check out his stuff for all the listeners out there, man. I'm all about supporting other YouTubers, especially good ones. So let's call it. If you are a New York Giants faithful, go check out Big Dash Knows. And he always rocks the old Giants logo, which I think should be their helmet. So, I was really interested in the WNBA playoffs. At Liberty looked like they had the whole thing in the bag there. I don't know what happened there. Let's see I'm going to check in the score of that. I know this is a hockey thing, but it's that game's over. So let's see where the Liberty are at. And is it over? Is it over? Oh, dude, I hate Hulu on the computer. Okay. Okay, we have 67 Liberty, 70 Aces. So it looks like 48 seconds left. Oh, no, but New York has the ball. Ionescu makes a shot. Just giving, I know you guys came for WNBA. Come on, man. 47 seconds left to go in the championship final. It could be the final game. So, and I find it interesting the women out there, they're out balling. They play a pretty fundamentally good game. Anyway, NHL up in the air. I think a lot of the old dogs. Capitals, they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I saw that tonight. Ottawa looks great. I'd love to get some Ottawa fans in and chat. I know we've got a few it sure would be great to see and hear from them about how they're feeling. Norris back in the lineup, and they just looked good. I mean, there was nothing to write home about the Capitals. I dropped the link in the chat. I'd love to have anybody call in. Let's see if we've got somebody out there that wants to talk about the Senators. If not, hey, man, we're going to rock and roll for 30 minutes tonight. Finals tonight were Capitals 1, Ottawa 6, and Detroit 6. So we had 2 6-goal games. So if you took the overs, and I think Sens and Detroit was the favorite in that game too. So I think even the Vegas is not convinced on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Malkin scores first, though. There was a little controversy today in the NHL that didn't involve Evgeny Kuznetsov shootout goal, but they came out with a list, Sports Illustrated, 100 most popular players or best players, and Malkin wasn't on the list, and everybody's pissed. Well, he started the game with a goal, so I was like, oh, man, maybe maybe he's mad. He looks good this year, though. I mean, he's got his legs a little bit. He looks a little faster, but again, we're talking October hockey, and nothing matters till we hit January, February, March, so going to be real interesting to see where we're at. I didn't tag Pearlo, and I didn't tag Rico tonight because I knew they wouldn't be with us, but they got the DMs. I dropped the link in the chat. If anybody wants to call and talk, okay. I'd love to hear from some Senators fans, man. Sen fans, how are you feeling? Like, I saw a lot of people say, Sens probably not. I love what I saw from Forsberg tonight and net from them too. Not that the Caps had a lot of grade A chances. In fact, probably the best chance of the night for the Capitals was Ovechkin in the slot, which Zub covered the thing. So we're going to see what happens there. Yeah, anyway. So, and if you want to talk about anything else, let me know. I'm rocking the, we didn't talk about the trade yesterday, and I was going to play a video. I was going to play Hot Take Hockey's video of the breakdown. I just didn't get permission from him, so I wanted to talk to him. So I just wanted to see, like, oh, hey, how you feeling? Like, I'd love that breakdown with the Jack Rathbone trade from Vancouver. It looks like Vancouver's trying to clear up cap space, and I don't know what's going to happen there. So, oh, yeah, well, it's getting down to the wire here, man. I know you guys probably saw that, and there was some breakdown there. So let's see what happens with that. So 8 seconds left to go in the WNBA Finals. Vegas up by 1. Vegas wins. They are the champion. If New York wins, they force a decisive Game 5. So they play best of 5 in the WNBA, which I like. I don't have a problem with that. And honestly, it feels late. Like, I thought the WNBA, they must have so many more teams for them to be playing in the October or whatever. And I want to support it. I really hope we get this way with I think they should call the WNHL. The NHL should be all over this. I don't know why they're not doing this, but we will see. Salty. What a great game from the Red Wings. I was never concerned. I thought they looked like the better team most of the game, even when they're down 1-0. They went on to score 4 unanswered. The Carlson goal was a great goal. Can't go wrong there. I really just think they've already combined the 2 women leagues. Let's get that going, man. And honestly, let's just like the Lady Bruins, the Lady Caps, the Lady Pins, just put the same jerseys on them, like mix it up a little bit, but like you already got the merch. You don't have to reinvent it. They get to play in the arenas. They can play in off nights, or they can play in earlier games, or I don't know, man, like not everybody can afford like the Leafs, the Habs. Wouldn't that be great to have like, do like, I think 8 teams. They probably have enough to field 8 teams. We'll see. I just would love to see it. And I'd probably keep it all in the East, but Women's National Hockey League, KQ, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm on this subject because the Aces and Liberty, you guys are getting the full regalia of Casa de Maxwell here with my office and showing off all the props and crap I have behind me. 8 seconds left to go. Aces are up 1 point. The Liberty's inbounding the ball. If they hit the shot and make it, they get it to Breonna Taylor. Oh, in the corner, missed. I think the Vegas Aces win the WNBA. That girl missed a shot from the corner pretty bad. Andrew Ford, how's it going, buddy? Hi from the bar. Andrew, I always appreciate you chiming in. Andrew, put in the chat what bar you work at, and we'll shout it out where it's at, and we'll shout it out for people that want to go. So, yeah, the big news is, guys, we're going to be on Fans for Sports Network. You'll still come here for the live shows, but I'll also be on podcasts. So, like I said, we're going to be doing NHL Nightly Tuesday through Friday, the rest of the NHL season until the playoffs. Logan, all right. Hey, I dropped the link in the chat, too, so if anybody wants to come in, we're getting people. That's great. So we're going to be consistent, man. I'm only taking a little bit of time off to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame this year. And a little vacation in February with my wife where we're going to go see the Florida Panthers play, but we're also going to go on a little 3-day cruise to the Bahamas. So that will be the time that we take off. But I really am excited about what we're building here. Rico and Pearlo have been such an awesome asset. They're going to be with us as much as they can. We probably won't see Rico on Friday nights because he's going to be playing men's league. We're going to have a little men's league corner, beer league. Steady Eddie is what Andrew says. Yeah, just shout out the town, Steady Eddie's Bar. Okay, that's a great name for a bar, by the way. Yeah, I appreciate it, Logan. Yeah, Logan, I'm working on. I got to talk to John Cooper when I was in. What a great guy! I want to do that for a living, so I'm working on. I'll be writing and reporting. I'd like to attend the draft. These are things that are, and we'll do B-roll footage of some of that. Sometimes we'll try to go live. Again, the internet, depending on the internet and stuff. So it's just an exciting time where, I got to talk to John Cooper for a little bit. It was pretty cool. Summer's in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is not far from where I grew up in Montana. So I've been through there quite a bit. So, I got pictures with Kyle Dubas when I was at the Frozen Four. I talked with him. This is when he was still with the Leafs. I met Mike Richter. I met Joe Nieuwendyk. Joe Nieuwendyke's going to the Hall of Fame, so I'm really excited. If you guys watch the intro, which I'll play real quick, you can kind of see some of the
NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico in Barrie.
Yeah. So, no, Logan, it is in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, St. Paul this year. I am going to the Frozen Four, too. I'm going to go. I've got a good old Army buddy down there I'm going to stay with. So, and it's just great. It's 3 days. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Logan. I know a lot of guys missed the intro, so I wanted to play it. Well, that'll grow over time and change. And I'm going to get to hang with Rico when I go to Toronto and Hot Take Hockey. So shout out Hot Take Hockey. So super excited. So, yeah. So we had 2 games on the board tonight. If anybody wants to talk about them, I'd love to talk about them. I have a couple ideas for some nights where we're going to have slow nights where we have 2 games and I'm going to maybe do a jersey giveaway or a Fanatics gift card giveaway or something. We're going to figure that out. I may have an extra brand new Adidas, Jonathan Taves, Chicago Blackhawks. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. I didn't have my phone on silent. The professionalism here tonight is not good. I dropped the link in the thing, so if anybody wants to come on, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, We're on YouTube. If you're on any of those things and you want to call in, you can use a phone. Safari for iPhone works fine now. Android, I think you can use any browser. Click Firefox works really well. Click the link, click it. It'll bring you on. I'll see your face. You'll put your name in. Don't write anything too profane. Yeah, Salty, I'm going to be working real hard. I'm going to be putting in the time. We're already at 215 subscribers. So that's really great. I can't believe it. You'll be able to find NHL Nightly on Spotify. And I don't know if we're going to make it over to the Apple Store, but we'll figure it out. But we're going to have, so if you'll hear ads and stuff, but we're going to have like theme shows too, where we talk about, like, I have some hockey ideas I want to get out, things we'd like to see in the game change. Like, a lot of people are down on the shootout right now. Maybe get rid of the shootout. I personally would like to go to a 15-minute overtime, 5 minutes being 4-on-4, 5 minutes being 3-on-3, and the last 5 minutes being 3-on-3 pond. And then if nobody wins, it's a tie. We just call it good. But I think 15 more minutes wouldn't be bad. And continuous clock. So, like, no reviews unless it's a goal, like, making sure it's a goal or something. So they can just keep going, like hybrid icing and stuff, loose calls. But also in the first 4-on-4, if there's a penalty, it'd be a 5-on-3. I think that would help. That if you take a big penalty. So I don't know. Oh, man. Scarby loves the shootout. I don't mind the I mean, they just signed Olympics. Oh, Upper Deck Series 1. Are you talking the hockey cards? Yeah. We should do a little bit with the hockey cards too. I have some buddies that are really into that. They probably have like $200,000 worth of hockey cards. So yeah, go buy $3,000 box and then you can pay for it. So yeah, that's big now. That's a big thing, man. And getting them graded. I have another friend that grades stuff in Texas that grades comics and stuff like that. So yeah, just recapping the game. 6-1 Ottawa. Washington didn't look like a good team at all, guys. And then Pittsburgh, I don't know what to think of them, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Salty, yeah, the young guns for Bedard. Everybody got to want to get a hold of these high-end Bedard cards. Probably going to be worth something there. Yeah, I'm going to guess that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, I somebody paid like 6 figures for a McDavid card. Look, I get it, but like, let the guy's career finish before these cards are like, because it's only worth what someone will pay for it, right? So is it worth having that kind of money until the guy's career is over? I just don't know, man. So Logan Hager says, and Logan is a shout out for our podcast listeners. Logan is a Tampa Bay fan, lives in the area down there. I'm in favor of shootouts. LOL. Bolts can get outplayed in regulation. If they can defend until shootout, they can put Stamkos, Point, Kucherov, and Vasi in that. Yes, I get that. I would say this. You're going to be without Vasi for a while now, right? Till January. So it's going to be tough. I'm worried a little bit about where Tampa Bay is right now. I think they're going to have a tough time. They're going to have to outscore teams. And I'm not that they're not capable, but, as it goes, I still think they're a contender. They're definitely a playoff team, but we'll see. We got to see what's going on. What's happening next Tuesday, Salty? Tell me what's happening next Tuesday. I'm not tracking. Oh, January, 8 to 10 weeks, 8-week mark is late November. Yeah, okay. We might not want to rush them back, though. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, hips with the goalies and stuff always makes me nervous, man. And Vasi is one of those guys, too. He's just so huge that if he just positionally plays good, he can Oh, next Tuesday, every game. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's tough too, guys. So when I try to do, I think ESPN is going to do something like a red zone thing that Tuesday, in fact. So I'm going to, oh yes, they're going to have the red zone up. Yes. Salty. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that because, I already try to watch 4 games or so at a time. It helps when they drop the puck at different times, and then usually the commercial breaks, I can take in about 4 games at a time, pretty solid if they're all different start times, and just kind of keep track. But it just depends on how enthralling one or the other is. So it's going to be super interesting to see how they do that. But if they do half as good as the NFL, it's going to be, I think this is a great thing. The NHL needs to try different things. I said I would pay $5 extra a month to hear mic'd up players and no play-by-play and just hear them talking trash to each other and stuff like that. You want to give people a reason to tune in. Yeah, I agree, Logan. That was a great game. That was probably my favorite game from yesterday. Nice to see us battle back and get a point in Buffalo. 7 seconds left. They tied it. Andrew, you got to watch that ESPN thing. And Andrew, you got to shout out where your bar is that you work at, man. I love that you come in. Appreciate it, man. So cool. NHL needs more of this. Yeah, we got to have, hey, I want every game to be close and good too. Okay, the Caps aren't good, but sure would have been nice if that was like a 4-3 game. The Pens game was pretty close. It was 4-3, and then Detroit got a couple empty netters at the end. But so that was a close game. Detroit looks good, by the way, Salty. I would be so happy if I was a Detroit Red Wings fan. Got to give me a DeBrincat jersey just because 93 is my favorite number in hockey because of my Doug Gilmour fandom. So, Nassau. Oh, we're leaving from Miami, Logan. Yeah, not Tampa. Sorry. Otherwise, Tampa's great, but yeah, we're leaving from Miami this time. Yeah, which is a day travel in itself for us to get there. So super excited. Anyway, yeah, you look good though, man. Hey, that Wallman looked good. A play stood out to me in the game tonight. Pittsburgh was just whipping the puck around the zone. And Crosby had a guy, they believe Crosby had a guy open in the slot. If this pass goes through, Wallman does an unbelievable block, and they ended up getting like a 2-on-1. And that might have actually been where Kopp earned the penalty shot, which he's got to work on that, man, because I thought his move was a little weak, and I guess he got one the last game too. So, hey, guys, I so appreciate you guys being in. Super awesome. Short show tonight. No Pearlo, no Rico, and only 2 NHL games. Beard can't do anything about the NHL games. So no evening games to talk about. No storylines. Edmonton's back on track. They looked really good against Nashville. Draisaitl and McDavid played together. I did see a little article, though, where one reporter was like, he believes that Edmonton will win the division with those two on the same team. They may make it to the conference finals with those two on the same line, but he thinks that they will not win a Stanley Cup with McDavid and Draisaitl on the same line. And I tend to agree. I think Edmonton is a Stanley Cup team if you can play Draisaitl and McDavid on different lines. Yeah, we'll do power rankings and stuff. It's 3, 4, 5 games in the season for some teams, so we'll come up with power rankings. I'll get Pearlo's and Rico's. I really want those guys' opinions, and I'll just drive the show. I mean, I'll give my thoughts, but I really, right now, I think it's too early. I will say this though, Salty. I'll give you who I think is the best team in the NHL right now, and it's gonna hurt some people. But I know there's people that don't like this team, but the Vegas Golden Knights don't look like they've missed a step. And in fact, they look better. I like, actually, Riley Smith, by the way, has played really well for Pittsburgh. I've been really impressed with his game. But I just think Eichel looks so good. He was incredible in the playoffs. And for what he did offensively, I thought he was 3 times better defensively. especially in the series against Edmonton. I can't emphasize that enough. So we've got Heritage Classic coming up too, right, guys? Isn't that next week? By the way, kudos to the NHL for doing the Heritage Classic when it's like a nice, cool, crisp fall day. Yeah, Flames Oilers to October 29th. We're going to have the Battle of Alberta Heritage Classic. So here, I'll give you guys the yes, October 29th. What is October 29th, by the way? I don't know. What day is October 29th? That is a Sunday. Okay, that's a Sunday. Yeah, here, let me get this. I'll pull this up here for you guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. There we go. I dig the jerseys. I don't mind either of them. I know people are crying, but Edmonton is a homage to an old Edmonton team. So this is called the Heritage Classic in Canada, Salty. So, I might be lagging a little bit, guys. Apologies. I'm fixing that. I will be hardwired connected for the remainder. Once I'll be doing hardwire connection for most of the shows, so we don't lose quality or anything like that. Yeah, so Flames Oilers, October 29th. Here, I'll put that in the I'll give you did I see a time? Let's see what this is. Yeah, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. So let's see. We'll put this on October 29th. I don't know what. Nickelback and Brett Kissel will be hitmakers. Alberta hometown hitmakers, Nickelback and Brett Kissel. You guys will have to tell me who Brett Kissel is. 2023, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, which I believe MST. That makes it 8 EST. Sorry about that. All right, let's throw that up. Heritage Classic. Back to the view. The jerseys. How does the Twitter chat work? So sorry guys. My dogs are losing it. So I don't know how the Twitter chat works because I can't figure out how they don't have a feed where you can. I don't think you need a subscription to Twitter. You should just be able to pop into the screen and chat, but I can't see it. So I have to go in. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. So my friend Bad Dog, some of you know Bad Dog from Hot Take Hockey, he's a Giants fan. He tweeted something about a drive-in. I know none of you know what that is. So I said, Bad Dog, there are like 3 of us that know what a drive-in is. And he was like, facts. So I was really impressed with Red Wings tonight. I mean, Pittsburgh's stacked team, man. They're not going to be beaten by bad teams, but I think they're going to struggle with brutal. I have to share this with you guys. We'll talk about it. Let's see what it is. This feels right too, man. It's been crazy. So via Twitter, and I'll take the Heritage Classic thing off. Ovi, 0 shots. Here, let me see if this will let me do this. Let me do this. Will you let me do this? Okay. From Tom Gulitti, 0 shots in back-to-back games for the first time in his career. And I'll tell you tonight, guys, he's a turnover machine. He didn't. Yeah, darkness, just me. Just me, man. No Rico, no Pearlo. Didn't hear from Rico. His family's in town. No worries. Oh, I might have gotten somebody. Oh, okay. I just heard good news. We hopefully will be having the Emerald City Kraken guys on this week to talk about what's going on with the Kraken because they haven't looked good. Yeah, so he needs 73 to beat Gretzky. I'll tell you right now, guys, I never wanted him to beat Gretzky. I didn't care. I wanted him to win a cup. I wanted him to get to 800 and pass Gordie Howe for second all time. So I just, I think he looks like a shot fighter right now. And it's early in the season, but Ovi is usually humming at the beginning of the season. So I still think he's on to get 35 goals this year. That would be great. And then next year, if he gets 40 this year, he needs a 33 next year. So 34. So if he could get 40, 30, I don't know, guys. Like they're not drawing power plays. They're not giving him calls. Tonight, Zub basically put his hand over the puck in the thing. It's just like, it's I don't know. I don't feel good. And now Ottawa's played good. They're fast. I mean, Ottawa's fast. It's like the Caps looked really good in the first period against Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh kind of took over. And honestly, I feel like right now Pittsburgh is probably a deeper, more talented team. But we're going to see. I think they're going to struggle as the time goes because they're an older team. Malkin's going to get banged up. Crosby could get banged up. Carlson rarely stays healthy a whole season. So it's going to be that's what I'm saying. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens there. Super, super, super crazy. For the people at home, we threw up the Twitter post from Tom Gulitti and Spit and Chicklets that says Ovi, he's never had 2 games in a row where he hasn't had 2 shots. Yeah. So honestly, Salty, they're the second oldest team, but a lot of that has to do with Ovechkin, Oshie, Backstrom, and that's kind of it. And John Carlson. And once those guys are off the team, they are a pretty youthful team. I mean, McMichael's in the lineup, Phillips is in the lineup. Lucas Johansson's in the lineup. Alexiev's on the team. Martin Fehervari's 23 years old. Rasmus Sandin's 23 years old. So they have youth in that lineup. They've just got to find, first of all, Carberry's, all the guys got to stop thinking about what they're doing and just play, normal stuff. Just play your normal hockey. I think when you're thinking too much and blah, blah, blah. So also, big news I heard on the thing, and NHL has it up on their website. Leo Carlson set to make his Ducks debut. I'm super excited. I just really liked this kid, and I'm really going to be a big fan of his. And if you ever get a chance to see a game in Anaheim, it's pretty great. I thought the stadium was nice. The fans are nice, and it's Southern California. The weather's really great too. So if you ever go to Disneyland, check out a game if you can go to a Ducks game. So, real bad news for the Jets. Velarde out 4 to 6 weeks, so that's going to be crappy for them. I really liked what I was seeing from the Jets, and I still do. I think they're going to be a playoff team. Wild looked good too, though. They didn't look good against the Leafs, but they've looked good in other games. So it's going to be a battle. I think if you're Dallas, you're really frustrated you didn't get the W against Vegas because you had it in the bag. But we're going to see. Yeah, Marichenko didn't make it. He's playing in the AHL. And then Ryan Leonard. But here's the thing, Salty, for the Capitals. Ryan Leonard, we're probably not going to see him in a Caps uni this year unless he gets, like, springtime. So, yeah, Faber is an interesting cat for the Wild. It's going to be really cool to see what he turns into. High hopes for Brock Faber. I know he was highly touted out of college. I believe, was he a Minnesota or Michigan guy? You'll have to remind me. I'm probably Michigan if you're talking about him. So Darkness, I love that you brought that up. I'm so glad you dropped it for the podcast. Darkness in the chat asked thoughts on the Capitals being linked to Garland. Yeah, I saw him tied to a couple of teams, Nashville. I think Boston would be an awesome fit. He's from there. The Caps could use any kind of grit and energy and guy that's going to fight for goals and stuff. So it's going to be interesting, but cap space is a problem. So yeah, thank you, Salty. Brock Faber was a Minnesota guy. He went to University of Minnesota, which, by the way, I have an anecdote for you guys from the Frozen Four last year. I'm in a pub area getting some food. I checked it out. It was right across from a hotel that the Minnesota was staying at. And there was a group of Minnesota fans, and I'm chatting them up. And I said, I thought you got lucky against your game on a couple. I said, I thought the refs helped you out on a couple calls. But I said, watch out for Quinnipiac. And I didn't know it, but the head coach of Minnesota was at the table I was talking to. And everybody's like, hey, I don't know if you know, but this was and I was like, yeah, no, I didn't know that he was there. I felt like a total moron. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm super excited, man. Quinnipiac was like awesome. I sat with a couple of guys that were like big time Michigan fans. And one guy was just like cursing Luke Hughes the whole time, like Hughes, blah, blah. But Quinnipiac was just so good defensively. They just weren't going to make a mistake. Oh, I'm so salty. I have to tell you, man, if you can afford to come over to St. Paul, the games are really not expensive. I think I paid like $100 for lower level seats. It's a really good time. And Darkness, I, like you, don't watch really any college hockey throughout the year. But so many young NHL kids are coming out of the NCAA now. I want to see them play in person. Like, I'll tell you, Luke Hughes stuck out in my head. Like these players, and you get to see that, and you're like, oh, okay, when he comes in, I'm just so not surprised. So, well, it looks like we're not going to get any callers. I'm going to call it a night for the show. If you guys have any other questions, drop them in the chat before we go. I'm going to call it a little early night tonight so I can eat dinner with my wife at a normal time. And yeah, Salty, I'll give you one final piece of advice. If you get a chance to go, if you can take the time off, it's 3 days, but it's only 2 games. You can watch both games in the same day. They play both Frozen, and then you go to the championship. So it's 2 tickets. If you buy 1 ticket, you get into both games for the Frozen Four. So you can watch I got to watch Michigan and Quinnipiac. I think Quinnipiac beat Michigan in the quarterfinals. Or no, Michigan made it to the finals. Yeah. Oh, I cannot remember. Minnesota played BU and Minnesota won. Quinnipiac played Michigan and Quinnipiac won, and Quinnipiac beat Michigan, I think, or Minnesota. I believe that's the way it is. I think that's how it went. I'm not sure. I'd have to remind myself. But anyway, guys, thanks again. Remember, Fans First Sports Network sponsored. If you listen to the show on the podcast, there will be commercials. But we're going to do a lot of cool things, and it's really going to be awesome. Yeah, I just recommend you get to go one time in your life, make it a thing. Check out the Frozen Four if you can. If you're a diehard hockey fan, I highly recommend it. So thanks, everybody, for popping in. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. Probably a lot longer show because we got a lot of games. So thanks again. Peace out.